how many of you are familiar with J.R.R. Tolkien and Lord of the Rings? Oh, great. Okay, so for those of you who aren't, don't worry, I'll give you a little bit of background. But J.R.R. Tolkien wrote a good story. Okay, that's probably an understatement, right? For those of you who know about the trilogy and The Hobbit. For those of you who are not familiar with his work, John Ronald Reuel Tolkien, J.R.R. Tolkien, he's an author, he's a linguistic scholar. He's best known for his high fantasy novels, The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings trilogy. He's also known for his intense attention to detail. The man was just absolutely fanatical about getting it right. Now you can see why I'm thinking about it in terms of you all, with all of your research. The fanatical attention to detail and getting it right. I've long loved Tolkien's stories. Rob and I have a tendency in the winter to sit down and, just reread the trilogy almost every year. It's what we do in the winter. So anyway, I've long loved Tolkien's stories and have grown to appreciate the importance that Tolkien placed on detail and accuracy. Close enough was just never good enough for him. Again, reminder of all of our research that we do. I see a lot of Tolkien's dedication to detail and knowledge with PFI farmers and the dedication that we all have towards our detailed research. Rob, my dear spouse, has convinced me that despite my preference for, I think this is good enough, he has committed me to counting and measuring. I will admit that I count the number of steps that I take. I, in the summer, have a tendency to even count the number of breaths that I take because I count everything that we do, and then he is dutifully recording it and doing a great job of analyzing it. Count it, measure it, record it, then plan it, versus my, which is why he's the one in charge. Repeat, count it, measure it, record it, plan it, etc. So Tolkien's writings offer so much timeless wisdom, including an exchange early in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. It goes like this, from Frodo Baggins. I wish it need not have happened in my time, said Frodo. So do I, said Gandalf, and so do all who live to see such times. But that is not for them to decide. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given us. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given us. There are so many things that farmers struggle with, including increasingly, especially today, we're looking at increasingly extreme weather, we have uncertain economics, and we have changing policies. What we can do is decide what we want to do with what we have, not, in the words of Dick Thompson, just go along. At one point in the Rings trilogy, one of the major heroes of the Rings, Aragorn, inspires his troops before a seemingly hopeless battle. Aragorn says, hold your ground, sons of Gondor, of Rohan, my brothers. I see in your eyes the same fear that would take the heart of me. A day may come when the courage of men fails, when we forsake our friends and break all bonds of fellowship, but it is not this day. An hour of wolves and shattered shields, when the age of men comes crashing down, but it is not this day. This day we fight. By all that you hold dear on this good earth, I bid you stand, men of the West. I think about that in parts and pieces pretty frequently, stand. So, as an ode to practical farmers of Iowa, I hope that our farming does not seem hopeless. We certainly face challenges. So, with a nod to Tolkien and to Dick Thompson, try this out. Hold your ground, protect your ground. Farmers of Iowa, row croppers, grazers, and hort. I see in your eyes the same passion for farm and soil that inspires me. A day may come when the courage of farmers fail, when we forsake our passion for sustainable, well-managed farm and break all bonds with our history of smart farming, but that is not this day. An hour of weeds, pest, and disease, a day of intense pressure to conform, to go along, when the age of thinking farmers on diverse farms comes crashing down. But it is not this day. This day we research. By all that you hold dear for the good of this earth, I bid you research and learn, farmers of the land. Thank you.